Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Hidden Horror on this Sunday afternoon, almost evening. I'm here today to bring you an update on Ethan Crumbley. Ethan Crumbley was the Oxford High School mass shooter that killed several students and injured some others. So I want to give you an update. He just turned 18 on April 27th. And once he turned 18, he had to be removed from the juvenile facility where he was housed. So they have moved him, and I want to bring you that update. The article that I'm going to read from is from the DetroitNews.com. The writer is Tate Myre, and the title is Oxford Shooter Transferred to Protective Custody Unit in Northwest Michigan. And this article is dated April 29th, 2024. So they didn't wait. As soon as he turned 18, they moved him from the juvenile facility. Now he's in a facility that's going to have males over the age of. That's going to work because of his notoriety, not because of just the mass shooting, but because it was so publicly viewed and watched through the media. He's going to be in protective custody. So let's get to the article. The Oxford High School shooter has been transferred to a protective custody unit in Northwest Michigan, the Michigan Department of Corrections said. Ethan Crumbley, who was convicted of killing 4 students and injuring 7 people in 2021, was moved Sunday to the Oaks Correctional Facility in Manistee, according to Kyle Kaminsky, a spokesperson for the. Crumbley, 18, was transferred from a unit designated for prisoners under 18 at the Thumb Correctional Facility in Lapeer. He reached the age of 18, so he was no longer eligible to reside in that specialized unit, Kaminsky said Monday. He was moved to a protective custody unit at the Oaks facility. Protective housing under the Corrections Department is used for reasons including notoriety of the inmate, former employees of law enforcement, and prisoners who make verifiable requests for additional protection, Kaminsky said. In Crumbley's case, it relates to his notoriety, he added. Crumbley is serving a life sentence without the chance of parole after he pleaded guilty and was sentenced in December of 2023. He was convicted after firing his gun 33 times in an attack at the Oakland County School in November of 2021, killing Hana St. Juliana, 14 years old, Madisyn Baldwin, 17 years old, Tate Myre, 16 years old, and Justin Shilling, 17 years old. 7 people were injured in the attack, including a teacher. Crumbley was 15 at the time. Crumbley's parents, James and Jennifer Crumbley, were convicted in jury trials of involuntary manslaughter and sentenced 10 to 15 years in prison April 9th for gross negligence that contributed to the shooting. They were the first parents in the United States to be charged with involuntary manslaughter in connection with their child's mass school shooting. They filed an intent to appeal their convictions last week. Ethan Crumbley also has filed an intent to appeal. His appointed attorney previously said Crumbley would be invoking his right to remain silent if he were to be called as a witness in his parents' appeals. Attorneys for Ethan Crumbley were not immediately available for comment Monday evening. So, Ethan Crumbley, the mass shooter, he pled guilty. He was sentenced to life without parole, without the possibility of parole. We already know that. Now he's turned 18. He went from a juvenile facility that was housing juveniles. Now he's moved to an adult facility, but he still would receive a level of protection due to his age, notoriety. People don't want him to be. I wanted to show you something. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. This right here is called the Michigan Department of Corrections. They have a website online where you can look up people that have been convicted. They can either be housed or on parole, or they can be an active offender. So let's try to see if we can find Mr. Crumbley. Now, this is just for the state of Michigan. However, other states may have something similar. And he's an active offender, but I noticed in the search, you can click all, and that will include if they're parolee, if they're on probation, if they were already discharged. It'll cover different people, but I just select all so it can be inclusive. And this goes back a couple of years. So let's do search. So we see we have found Ethan Crumbley. They give the birth date. I'm sorry, I said April 27th. It's actually April 28th. He has the code where this is the number, I guess the letter that he was convicted of, MCL number. It gives that he has life. Okay, it gives the race, the sex, and etc. So we click on, this is his offender number, I guess this prison number. And now we see this picture of Mr. Crumbley, but let's look at the date. This picture is dated December 12, 2023. He looks still very, very young, just hitting 18. I went and I looked at a couple of pictures of him when he was younger. So now they're showing he's at the Oaks Correctional Facility. It's a level 4, so it's probably like a max facility. They're showing if he has any scars or tattoos. So assault with intent to commit murder, etc. So you got a minimum of 18 years, a max of 80 years. Okay. And then they have him down for the deaths of each of the 4 victims. And then they have down here a terrorism charge. They have him down for felony firearm possession. So that's for the GUN. He's got several counts for that. There was 24 charges. So I just wanted to show you that. I want to show you the picture of Mr. Crumbley that's on the record. He still looks very young. It's just a unfortunate situation, very sad. Again, at 18 years old, to imagine being housed for the rest of your life going forward in prison, it's a sad situation, but also those victims don't get to come back, right? Their lives are taken, their lives are over. They don't get any time, they don't get to write to their family, see their family, have visitors. It's just a sad situation all around when we see these mass shootings across the country every day, right? So many. So I just wanted to bring you that update. I'm going to do a separate video for the sentencing for James and Jennifer Crumbley. And this should wrap up. Unless something significant happens, this should wrap up really most of the discussion regarding the Crumbleys. We already know they were going to appeal. All of them are appealing. probably hoping for reduced sentences, probably no jail time for James and Jennifer Crumbley, etc. They'll probably be fighting out in court for years. They have nothing but time to fight it out. And this is something new that's never happened with convictions as the parent of a mass shooter. So they're going to stand on that legal ground. Okay, so thanks for checking out this video. I will see you soon in another video. Have a good afternoon. Bye, everybody.